top 5 in FBS. On the other side, Ball State, they've gone with a little bit of a quarterback carousel there to begin the season. They've settled in on Kyle Kelly, who's going to be making his 3rd straight start here tonight.
Yeah, and he's grown, right? I mean, his first start wasn't so good. Last week was a little bit better. Now in his 3rd start, I think things can come together. But the dangerous thing for Bowling Green is Kyle Kelly. There's not a lot of tape on him out there. Don't know much about what he's going to do, but he is an electrifying running quarterback, which is always dangerous. Bowling Green better watch out for Kyle Kelly.
All right, sounds good. For Bowling Green, it's a team that is trying to win their 3rd game in a row under 5th-year head coach Scott Leffler, and it wasn't quite so easy for him. For more on that, here is Nicole.
Well, Scott Leffler didn't want this program unless he was guaranteed a 5-year contract. He said, 1st year, we're going to stink. 2nd year, we're going to stink again. And the 3rd year, there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. And in his 4th year, they were in contention for the MAC East. And then they went to a bowl game. But in the 5th year, they are looking for consistency. Obviously, still on the hunt for MAC East and still looking for a bowl game victory this year. Mike?
All right, Nicole, sounds good. Yeah, he was pretty honest about what it takes, right, Rocky? Not a lot of coaches, too, get a lot of time these days, right, to build their programs.
This program was in dire straits when he got this job. He had to kind of purge this roster a little bit and bring in some of his new guys, but here we are now in year 5. This team is looking really good.
Bowling Green won the toss, and they have deferred, so Ball State will receive to start this game here tonight. There's Jack Sauter. Will kick things away. And Malcolm Gilly is back deep for Ball State. Gilly's going to bring it out from the 1-yard line. Here he comes for Ball State and hit before the 20. Knocked down. Good job on special teams by Avie McGarry for Bowling Green. And here comes Kyle Kelly now for the first time tonight. Rocky, sophomore out of Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, again, an exciting quarterback and a total identity change that Ball State and head coach Mike New had to go through. This is an offense that thought was going to be a 2 tight end set, run the ball downhill, play action, and they just had to switch gears totally and go with a zone read, run option quarterback. But again, he's electrifying and hard to stop.
Marquez Cooper is in the backfield. He gets the call, the first play here tonight. You talked a lot about Terrion Stewart in the open for Bowling Green. What about this guy, Marquez Cooper, for Ball State?
Yeah, Marquez Cooper, he's the centerpiece of this offense. And, of course, everybody in the MAC knows him. He played at Kent State last year. He comes to Ball State this year. And, yeah, as much as we talk about Kyle Kelly and the great game he needs to play, this game, if Ball State's going to win it, it's going to be on the back of Marquez Cooper.
Second down, Ball State. Kelly on the keeper, and not much happening here. Going to be gang tackled after a yard gain to the 25-yard line. Going to be 3rd down and 4. Charles Rosser was in there for the stop for Bowling Green.
Yeah, Bowling Green got the game plan, right? They know that Kyle Kelly's going to tuck that thing and run. That is priority number 1 for that defense, to not allow any vertical escape lanes. Or number 1.
Kyle Kelly was the only quarterback on the roster that had even thrown a pass. You know, and that was last year. He was just 1 for 1 in the last game of the season. So they didn't have a lot of players in terms of coming back in. As Marquez Cooper's in the backfield now with a 3rd down and 4 for the Cardinals. Play fake. Kelly taking a shot, and it's incomplete. Good coverage there, and it was deflected at the end. He wanted that time Nick Presley and Jordan Oladokin.
As well covered there on the back end. Thought Kelly might give that a little bit more of a shot and see if an escape lane opened up where he could run that thing, but well covered on the back end. Bowling Green going to force a punt.
Lucas Barrow is going to punt here for Ball State. Jalen Embry is back for Bowling Green. Flags come flying in. Matt Pekowski.
Kicking team, number 44. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Is our referee tonight. Embry. Muffs it at the 40-yard line. Let's see. It looked like Bowling Green was able to get back on top of it. Jalen Husky, 22, saves the day for them, it looks like, and they survive a scare there, Rocky.
Yeah, a scare indeed, because Bowling Green has been getting the takeaways. The last couple games haven't given the ball up much, but this is what Ball State, this is what they need. And they can find a way to get on that ball and get a couple takeaways, get some more possessions back for their offense. Bowling Green recovers.
Connor Bazelak is the quarterback, the senior. Has been around here. He is the transfer out of Missouri and Indiana, now here at Bowling Green, and he has 1st and 10 just before the 40-yard line. And Austin Osborne for the Falcons here.
Yeah, Bays, like you mentioned, he's been a few places, Indiana, Mizzou, but what that equates to is experience, right? He has a lot of experience. There's absolutely no substitute for it, especially at the quarterback position. I think he's found a home here at Bowling Green.
I mean, he had over 8,000 career passing yards coming in with 41 touchdowns. Starter at Missouri when he transferred to Indiana. Now they've got the experience of him here at Bowling Green. Right up the middle. Look out. Here goes Terrion Stewart. And on cue, the way you described him in the open, Rocky.
Downhill. I mean, an interesting build. 5'9", but 225 pounds. I mean, he is a fire hydrant bowling ball. Reminds me a lot of Kareem Hunt. MAC fans know about Kareem Hunt. Big guy, thick legs, just punishing defenders, getting that second level. Nice job by the O-line there as well.
Play is under review for targeting.
So they're calling down. See if there's a possible targeting on this last play.
Unless it was away from the call, it would have to be if the defender used the crown of his helmet, because Stewart, of course, is not a defenseless player, being a runner.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why they did that, Rocky. Damian Charity, number 11 there.
Yeah, and, you know, I don't think it was intentional, but, of course, intention is not a part of the equation. He used, and what you tell defenders is that you keep your eyes up. If you keep your eyes up, that'll keep that crown of that helmet from going down. But his face mask and eyes.
After review, there is no targeting on the play.
No.
It's all the play is a first down.
Well, I'm glad that, again, it wasn't an intentional, wasn't a dirty hit. I've seen that called in that situation many times before, but glad he gets to stay in the game.
I tell you what, we didn't really get into the discussion last week about this because we had a similar situation where, you know, you've seen it this year. They've called down to say, hey, we think they might have been targeting. Maybe it's going to go to something like in basketball where there's a flagrant 1 and a flagrant 2. You know,
I would love to see it that way.
The player is tossed out of the game. The flagrant 1, you assess the penalty, right?
Yeah.
But he stays in because there's more egregious ones than not. Play fake. Bazelak over the middle. The pass is incomplete. Looking that time for Abdul Fattah Ibrahim.
A little off target there by Bazelak. Really like his anticipation. You know, he's, again, with all that experience, he knows where the receivers are going to be, and within that scheme can anticipate when they're going to come open, when they're going to get out of their breaks. He's got to deliver the ball to them.
You got Stewart back there, and he gets the call once again here, and he's hit in the backfield, and he's not going anywhere this time. So you saw some of those earlier highlights where he gets away from the tackles. Not this time. Lauren Strickland makes the play for Ball State.
It's a great job by Cole Pierce, too, the linebacker there, number 40. Did what a linebacker's supposed to do. You make the read and you believe it and you go hit it. Good job. That's where you got to stop Stewart, is in the backfield before he gets going.
Right. Once he gets through the hole and he's able to make guys miss, you're right. He can shake off tackles. We saw it. It's 3rd down and long now for Bowling Green. Bazelak running out of the pocket. The catch is made by Austin Osborne, but it's a short pickup, and it's going to be well shy of the first down. Aljariq Mallory runs him out. And what do you think here? 4-down territory? You want to?
I think you want this ball away.
Yeah, it's too far. 9 yards.
But a good job by Ball State. I'll tell you, we talk a lot about Bowling Green, but Ball State defensively, a lot of experience, a lot of 5th and 6th year guys on that back end especially. Good job getting off the field.
I feel like had they got maybe 5 or 6 yards, they might have thought about going for it.
You get that ball inside the 40, absolutely.
Keon Magwood is back to return the kick here. They're going to let it go. Jackson Cleather. It's going to be a touchback. And it takes us to our first timeout of the night. Maction here on this Wednesday from Bowling Green. No score. Ball State ball when we return.
With wet AMD, sometimes I worry my world is getting smaller because of my sight. But now, I can open up.
84, game day was coming to Lincoln. I wanted to give my buddy Art a shout out. So I devised an elaborate plan. I made a sign, and I changed the world forever.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Ram Trucks and in part by KFC's new hot and spicy wings. Grab an 8-piece for just $4.99.
Children from the coaching staff handing out candy to the players last night here for Bowling Green. And how did it go for you Halloween there, Rocky?
Oh, it was good. I got 3 kids at home, right? Bo, Bronson, and Bryce.
That's right.
9, 5, and 3. Halloween's the best at that age, right? You got a 5-year-old at home?
Yes. Delaney, she had 3 costume changes this past week and weekend.
Oh, boy.
It was pretty good, though.
I love it.
Kyle Kelly taken down by Davon Ferguson for Bowling Green as the Cardinals are back on offense for the second time tonight.
And either way, it's going to be a lot of Kyle Kelly running the ball, but they got to have some element of balance. They got to have some pass game, some vertical element. I'm trying to get that going.
They go back to Cooper. And he's going to be stood up right at the line of scrimmage. So not much happening there for Marquez Cooper that we introduced earlier on the first drive. And this guy, has been really special, coming in because these teams haven't played each other for 8 years, Rocky. Yeah. But you said it. He was at Kent State, so he's familiar with this Bowling Green team. He's 3-0 against them.
Every Bowling Green coach knew about Marquez Cooper for sure. Having watched him at Kent State there for a couple years.
3rd down and 10. Now Vaughn Pemberton is in the backfield as Kelly goes from the shotgun. Steps up and runs. Got to get to the 30, and the ball comes out. And Ali Saad was able to strip it that time. And Bowling Green, Ferguson able to come back up with it.
Picture perfect by Bowling Green. They were ready for the quarterback scramble. Ferguson was in good shape. And then Saad came in with a great strip. He dropped back the communications. Hey, don't let him rush. He got a little bit of a lane, but then came through. Not good ball security by Kelly. And how many times have we talked about it here for Bowling Green?
Rocky, number 1 in FBS with now 21 turnovers forced, okay?
Yeah, 10 in the last now 3 games.
Right. Can they capitalize? Stewart on the call. And picks up a couple inside the 30-yard line as Keontae Newsom makes the tackle.
Bowling Green, we know they're going to be a run-first team. I think their offense, from a blocking standpoint, they're blocking the run really well. The pass protection has got to be better here. Hopefully it is for Connor Bazelak and company tonight.
Teron Keith is in the backfield now. Bazelak sounds Hilaire in motion. Fakes it to him. Here comes the pressure. I think they try to set up a screen. It's incomplete. Wanted Harold Fannin Jr.
And that's the right idea. You got a defense that is so aggressive and attacks the way Ball State does. Use that aggression against them. Get them rushing upfield and try to dump the screen behind them. Scott Leffler just was not happy right there, I'm sure, with that execution.
What are you thinking here on this one, Rocky? 3rd and 7 as Stewart comes back in.
I think Bazelak, he can use his experience, let him survey the field and find where to go with the ball.
Fannin goes in motion. Bazelak's got it. Here comes some pressure again. Bazelak trying to run out of it, and he's going to be shy of the first down. Pushed out by Siblis, but it's going to be 4th and short. First down marker at the 21-yard line, and they're staying on the field.
Decision time here. Looks like they're going to bring Stewart out of the game. Thought they might hand it to him here in this short yardage situation, 4th and 2, but I think Scott Leffler gonna let Bazelak cut one loose here.
Keith is to the right of Bazelak. Osborne goes in motion. It's 4th down and 2 for Bowling Green. Low snap. Bazelak for Fannin. He's got the catch. Is he in? He is. Touchdown, Harold Fannin Jr.
Play. Almost disaster starting off with the snap. Well, yeah, look at that replay. He definitely got a foot in there. Just excellent concentration both by Bazelak and Fannin there. 4th and 2, 23-yard shot.
They capitalize after the fumble recovery. 4 plays for 31 yards in just a minute and 28. And Alan Anaya has the extra point. And it's 7-0 Bowling Green.
Yeah, Bowling Green struggling to get some things going early here. A little bit lack of execution, but they connected at the right. Buffalo fans, right? They beat them last week. Buffalo in the next couple weeks plays both Ohio and Miami. They need to knock both of them off and then lose to Eastern Michigan and get another Miami loss along the way. So it's not impossible.
Right.
The main thing for them, they just got to win out.
Souter kicks off. You got Munson and Gilly back to return, and it's going to be Gilly once again. Across the 20, Malcolm Gilly. And about 26-yard line brought down by Davion Daniels. And here's to take a look at the schedules now for these teams coming up here in the MAC as we enter the month of November. So there it is, Miami, who's got Akron next week. Have that game for you, of course. Buffalo and Ohio, both at 3 and 2. There's Bowling Green.
And there's Bowling Green. In Miami, look, they're on top and playing really good football, but remember, they're without Brett Gabbert, their top quarterback, so how does that affect them in this last 3 weeks of the season? This is what you love out of action, right? It's kind of here at the end of the season and still got 4 teams in the mix. It's great.
Plenty of things that can happen, that's for sure. Play fake from Kelly as Ball State trailing 7-0. Their 3rd offensive possession, he just has to throw it away. No one's open downfield. We're halfway through this first quarter.
That was an interesting call there. They tried to leak Keon Magwood, the wide receiver, off the line of scrimmage late. He was the sole receiver out into that route, but Bowling Green was not fooled.
Two backs, you got Pemberton and Cooper. And it's going to be Cooper. And once again, Bowling Green up front. I don't know when you were watching tape and looking at these 2 lines here, maybe some of the discrepancy. What did you notice, Rocky?
Yeah, I mean, Bowling Green up front is really, really good. I mean, those guys can move around. You see, they're just slipping blocks. Got linebackers fighting off blocks and shedding, making tackles up there. Now, this offensive line for Ball State's a nice unit, but they're going to have their hands full with Bowling Green.
You got to like 23 Darren Anders there, who has been a staple for this group, the senior middle linebacker, helping to make that last play. 3rd down and 10 for Ball State. Magwood in motion. Kelly, and has no chance. Wanted Tanner Koziel, but well overthrown. Here comes a flag, and it's back to the 17-yard line.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
Wow, getting bailed out on that play there.
Absolutely. I mean, a very errant throw by Kyle Kelly, and Bowling Green's going to get off the.
Well, it wasn't that initial hit there.
No,
from
he
Sip.
pulled up.
That's fine. It's the one at the end there. I believe it was Chase Davis. It looked like 16 that kind of gave him a little shove there at the end.
Hold off there, yeah.
Well, that's tough. Cooper now on the carry for Ball State to the 46, picks up 5.
Ball State here, you got new life. You get a little bit of a gift. Got to take advantage of it here.
Yeah, it was Davis that time. That 15-yard penalty, a costly one.
I'd like to see them get their big tight end, Tanner Koziel, involved. 6'7", 240 pounds.
Chase Spiegel's in there, though, blocking for Cooper, who's going to get to midfield. It's going to set up a 3rd down and 1.
And you can see with this identity change with Ball State, they're going to a lot of 2 running back sets. So basically with the quarterback, got 3 guys and lots of deception with the handoffs and guys crossing, that sort of thing, trying to make that defense indecisive back there. If you're Bowling Green, you got to watch out for Kyle Kelly keeping this thing here on a 3rd and 1.
Right, a lot of options here now. In motion goes Ahmad Edwards, and it's going to go to Cooper. He's got the 1st down, and he's in the Bowling Green territory to the 44. And a good 6-yard pickup before Trent Sims makes the tackle, but the chain moves and the drive is alive.
It's a way to move the sticks there. Good job by that that Ball State offensive line.
First and 10 Ball State for the Bowling Green 44.
Four straight runs for Cooper, 15 total yards. Now Kelly to pass, taking a shot, and it's incomplete. Almost Magwood had it. That was Keon Magwood, the intended target.
Wow. Missed opportunity. Magwood, one of the fastest wide receivers, just nice job on that post route, putting that left foot in the ground and going. Just got to come up with that one. And that's what this Ball State offense needs to do. Got to run the ball with Kyle Kelly, but take certain shots here and there, but you got to connect with them.
Magwood with 34 catches on the season, and a flag comes in. I think 12 players on the field here for Ball State.
Legal substitution on the offense, 12 in the huddle.
Yes.
5-yard penalty, remains 1st down.
They're going to give 5 back here.
Yeah, just like that. Two things unfortunate in a row. Missed catch there, and then a penalty for 12 men in the huddle.
You had brought this up earlier about the tight end. So Brady Hunt, the freshman All-American, out for the season. Explain to the fans how much that hurts an offense when you come in with a certain plan for a season, right?
This offense is supposed to be a 2 tight end offense, downhill runs, play action to tight end. He gets hurt, and it's just they had to really have changed their identity.
Pemberton carries, gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
And not just any tight end. I mean, Brady Hunt is 6'6", 249 pounds. He's first team All-MAC last year. He's on the Mackey Award watch list. So he's out, and so now this dual 6'6" tight end offense you thought you were going to have kind of goes by the wayside, but now they got Kyle Kelly and running that ball, and Mike News trying to get this thing going.
Third down for Ball State. Kelly's going to swing it out to Pemberton. He makes the catch. Needs the 34-yard line. He's going to be shy as Jordan Oladokun knocks him out of bounds. And it'll be 4th down and short coming up here.
I was going to say, the only reason you run that play right there is if you're thinking you're going to go for it on 4th down,
Right.
which is what they're going to do. You don't love a screen pass to the outside part of the field on 3rd and 10, but now it's 4th and 5.
First completion for Ball State so far here tonight. And Cooper back in, 4th and 5. They go for it.
Cozio at the wing, the tight end, the top of the screen. Big target.
Kelly, pressure coming in. Kelly stays on his feet. He throws the pass. It's caught. He's got Christian Abney, the tight end, and he has the first down. How did he stay up that time? Cassius Howell had him.
Cassius Howell comes in with an amazing rush off the offense's right side. He just can't get Kelly to the ground. Houdini out there.
Back to Cooper. Powers his way inside the 25-yard line to the 24. That's a huge pickup on 4th.
You see off the right side there, a great rush. Comes free, the court just can't get him down. He just stays up and somehow sees, oh my God, the wide receiver coming across.
Cooper head down again to the 20-yard line. And just shy of another first down for Ball State, so it's 3rd and 1.
Same thing, especially here. Bowling Green got to watch out for the scramble by Kyle Kelly. I figure Marquez Cooper might be a part of the equation here too.
12th play of the drive coming here, Rocky. Ball State trying to pick up where they left off last week. They were 4 for 4 in red zone trips in terms of scoring. Cooper needs a yard, and he should have it. The first down for Ball State. Davon Ferguson on the tackle. It's close. Fresh set of downs.
They're going to give it to him. That was a little bit close. Yeah, Davon Ferguson, one of the best safeties in the MAC, came off that right side. Cooper, experienced guy, able to pick it up.
First down, Ball State. Kelly with plenty of time this time to the end zone, and incomplete. Coverage was there. Nick Munson, the intended target, or make it Magwood.
What a great job. Sometimes when you can't get your head around to see where the ball is, but Lorfield's, he anticipates, he sees when the receiver's hands go up, so that his left hand goes up, and he splits the receiver's hands, puts it right up through there, and able to bat that ball away.
5 wide receiver set here, and the pass is caught. He's got Edwards for Ball State. It's to the 10-yard line. Trent Sims on the tackle. A little bit shy of the first down here. Or did they give it to him? Yep, first down. They got it.
That's big.
Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Now Ball State with 1st and goal from the 9-yard line, and Cooper's back in. Kelly. And pushed out of bounds by Saad.
He was trying to hit Cozio coming underneath route to the flat there, wasn't there, so trying to tuck it and run here.
Clock winding down. That's going to take us to the end of the first quarter, but Ball State with their best drive of the night. They're just outside the 6-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd down and goal coming up for the Cardinals. But an early fumble that was turned into a touchdown by Bowling Green, and now Ball State tries to respond when we return with a second quarter after this.
It's in-season tournament time. Friday.
Rocky, how about Ball State working on this amazing, impressive drive here? 16th play coming up.
And I think it's a confidence builder for Kyle Keller. Remember, this is just his third start here, but he had that Houdini-like play on 4th down where he stayed up. It's kept this drive alive. Got an extra lineman at tight end.
2nd and goal from the 6. Here's Kelly, and he runs right into a roadblock. And again, that up front stout defense from Bowling Green. Jordan Porter, they've done a nice job there at that line of scrimmage. Senior defensive end makes the play, and Darren Anders as well.
Yeah, Darren Anders, veteran guy, a ton of experience, senior.
Von Pemberton checks in the running back spot with Cooper. 17th play coming up now. 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. That was after 3 plays, 1 yard and a punt, 3 plays, 11 yards and a fumble. Can they cap off this drive here? Magwood in motion. Kelly takes off. He's got it. Touchdown, Ball State, and Kyle Kelly.
And we talked about it all game. I mean, that's the number one thing you got to stop is Kyle Kelly running. And they had everything well covered up front, but I mean, look how wide that vertical rush lane opens up, and you can see the explosion out of Kyle Kelly. He put that right foot in the ground and went downhill now.
Jackson Corville for the extra point. It's good, and we're tied at 7.
So for Ball State, they were able to keep that drive alive. 17 plays, 74 yards, a little over 8 minutes, but it's capped off by what Kyle Kelly does best here, taking that thing into the house. Ball State answers are all tied up here.
This guy's all over it, Rocky, right? If action was easy, everyone would do it. They'd be you standing here in 30-degree temperatures, the window open, right?
There you go. That's right. We gotta love, man. I mean, look at this. I mean, the game we got here, you know, and Ball State looks like, you know, maybe they're going to be out of it, put together an amazing drive. But for Bowling Green, as we've talked about, everything's on the table for them. They're going to need some help, but the main thing is they got to win these last 4 games.
Early 2nd quarter, got Jalen Embry in motion here. Handoff's going to go to Stewart for Bowling Green. And not too much happening on 1st down here. John Harris on the tackle for Ball State.
Outside of one run by Stewart in that 1st quarter, Ball State's done a good job of just shutting down those lanes before he can even go and kind of making him going lateral, going sideways. That's what you want.
Bazelak again for Stewart to the 30-yard line. Keontae Newsom on the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Stewart's a guy that did not play last year. What did he have as he raps The Real Bully?
The Real Bully, yeah. You have that album, right? I love these kids. They have all these different things they're doing. I think it's fantastic, but, man, on the field, he's just been really, really good.
He's going to come out here on 3rd down, though, in favor of Teron Keith. Osborne, the motion man, here on 3rd down for Bowling Green. Bazelak hit as he throws. The catch is made. It's a 1st down. He's got Harold Fannin Jr., the guy who caught the touchdown, as he gets up close to midfield. A good job there by Bazelak to stand in and take a hit.
What a big boy throw by Connor Bazelak. He needed to wait a little bit longer for Fannin to get open, but he didn't get antsy back there, didn't tuck the ball and run. He stood tall, and he took a shot, but put the ball on the money for the 1st down.
Newsom was the guy that delivered the hit, but a 19-yard pickup on the pass play, and a flag comes in.
Let's start. Offense, number 4. 5-yard penalty. Remains 1st down.
It's kind I feel it's been for Bowling Green. Just one step forward, two steps back here. And now you get the first down, you're trying to go up the line and run a hurry-up play, capitalize on it, and you get a false start.
And that was on Stewart that time, the running back. Jason Patterson is in now as well with him in the backfield.
Yeah, this set.
And also Harold Fannin Jr. Goes to Stewart. Taken down from behind after just a pickup of a yard.
Stewart's going to want either a face mask or a horse collar there.
And Makari Siblis, who made the tackle. Yeah, I think you're right, Rocky.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah,
wow.
could have really kind of missed that one.
Yeah. That's a play where Stewart could have gotten hurt on that, too.
2nd down and 9. Inside handoff again. Stewart cuts it back and gets in the Ball State territory. Needs the 41-yard line. Going to be just a little bit shy as Brandon Berger makes the tackle.
Look at the way he pushes that pile. I mean, he had the 45-yard line. He's going to go down, but he gets an extra 3.5 yards. 225 pounds. The bull, the bully. He can run over you now. Have to figure, hand this ball to Stewart here on 3rd and 1.
Now instead it's going to be a pass. Odu Hilaire. They got a little bit of a screen set up. He's going to get the first down. They just need a couple of yards, but they go to the outside. The first catch of the day by Hilaire. Jordan Riley in the tackle for Ball State.
I just don't love that play. On 3rd and 1, throw a bubble screen to the outside. Just seems like there's a lot can go wrong right there. But you get the ball in the hands of Hilaire, which is good because he's gone a couple games without a catch. He had gone 41 straight games with a catch, but held out the last couple. Good to get him going.
High snap, and it's back to Stewart. He's taken down from behind. Sidney Houston Jr. on the tackle for Ball State.
Sidney Houston Jr., one of the better defensive players in all the MAC. High motor, great player.
What a story he has been. Came from Division II McKendree University. Now here at Ball State. To Ron Keith in the backfield. It is a 2nd down and long for Bowling Green. And a spin-off tacklers takes another hit, keeps going down at the 32-yard line by Mowry, who makes the play. It's going to set up now more of a 3rd down and manageable.
See, that's the thing. If you're Ball State, you're like, okay, we got to worry about, we got to stop Harry and Stewart. Well, here comes Teron Keith. He's an excellent MAC running back. Nice changeup. You're not as big, but you can see what he can do. Look, good short area quickness, spin. Got some quickness, get to the outside.
33 for the Falcons.
2nd leading rusher on this team behind Stewart. 3rd down and 3 for Bowling Green. Bazelak taking a shot, going to the end zone. Hilaire overthrown, incomplete. Defending on the play was Tylan Baldwin.
Ball State dialed up the pressure right there. Right up the middle, it was well blocked. Bazelak tried to take a shot to the outside, but it was well covered.
Feel like you know because they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 3. It's almost like with that screenplay they tried to set up, right? They figured, hey, if we don't get this, maybe we break one. If not, we got 1 yard, then we'll give it to Stewart, right?
Yeah, but 4th and 3 is a lot different than 4th and 1. You know,
right.
This is 3 yards tough in this situation.
Bowling Green 1 for 1 on 4th down tonight. It's a 10th play of the drive coming here.
More pressure.
Here they come as Bazelak has to get rid of it. It's incomplete. And Ball State is going to take over on downs. Heavy pressure from Sidney Houston Jr. and Keontae Newsom.
In Ball State, kind of like they've done all year, they bend, but they don't break. 2 plays in a row, they dial up some pressure. They bring it right into the face of Connor Bazelak for the errant throw. They'll get the ball back here when we come back.
Those new tiles are falling right into place until you run out of, what are those called again? Oh, right.
Comfortable. I think he did a great job on that last drive. Give him a nice, easy throw, get him settled in a little bit. But the play of the game so far is 4th down, and like Houdini, he's able to stay up, get the ball, and move the chains, and then down this area of the field, you know what time it is. He's going to keep that thing. Vertical rush lane opened up. He runs it in for the touchdown. I think he's done a good job tonight.
Yeah, he really has. You talk about, this guy's a young quarterback. It's his 10th career game. And this drive, 4th of the day for them after their first 2 combined drives went for just 6 plays and 12 yards. They went 17 plays, 74 yards, and a TD in the last sequence. So what happens here? Give it over to Pemberton, bouncing off tacklers for a few yards. Back to Kelly for a moment, a guy though, Rocky, who, here's the thing. We asked him about this. He said, you're a really good runner. You talked about it at the beginning of the broadcast. But he said, you know what? I don't want people to think that I can't make the reads and make the throws. He says he can do that. He's like, I'm trusting myself. I've got those skills. Well, he's trying to show him here. He's yet to actually throw a touchdown pass in his career, too.
And that's always a fine line, right? At some point, you are what you are. And
right.
He is an electric, dynamic runner. So don't deny that.
Cooper on the carry. Close to the first down.
And that's something, no quarterback wants to be labeled as a running quarterback.
Right.
And frankly, no passing quarterback wants to be told he can't run around, right? You want the best of both worlds, but again, I think you are what you are. He's not going to all of a sudden overnight, at this point in his career, turn into some drop-back quarterback that's going to throw the ball for 400 yards. I think he's got to continue to use his legs, and then that sets up his ability to throw the ball.
3rd and short. And the first down for Ball State. Cooper, this guy's so strong. They like to get him out in space, too. He's kind of a shifty runner. We talked about the transfer from Kent State, who has played Bowling Green all 3 of his seasons. He's 3-0 against them. He rushed for 93 yards, 120 yards, and 53 yards. And then so far here tonight, he's got 40 yards.
Yeah, and we didn't even talk about this. I mean, their best running back last year, one of the best in the MAC, Carson Steele, he transfers out. Right. So that was another element that they had to kind of massage and figure out their way. But luckily, Marquez Cooper came in. He's done a great job.
It's a reverse, and they go to Gilly, Malcolm Gilly. It gets across midfield into Bowling Green territory. Charles Rosser makes the play shy of the first down.
There's just a lot of speed on the field right now for Ball State, right? Whether it's Kyle Kelly, Gilly's shown some good quickness to the sideline. Of course, Marquez Cooper. It's tough on a defense. It's just like they're hitting that perimeter. Now do they come downhill? Maybe throw a shot downfield here, keep that defense honest. I mean, look, there's nobody deep right now for Bowling Green's defense. There's not a defender. Now they're going to settle back a little bit, but they get everyone packed up in that line.
You get the bunch formation to the bottom of the screen. It's going to be the design keeper here for Kelly, and he's going to run for the first down. Gets inside the Bowling Green 45-yard line to the 43. Darren Anders on the tackle. Fans coming up, our next UFC Fight Night on ESPN Plus Saturday from Brazil, highlighted by the heavyweight main event. Prelims start at 6 Eastern, followed by the main card at 9 Eastern. Maida and Lewis coming up Saturday night with UFC Fight Night on ESPN Plus.
I'll still say this, so for Bowling Green, the communication still needs to be, Ball State's going to beat us. We're going to make Kyle Kelly beat us through the air.
Right. This pass, that behind the line, let's see. He was looking for Cooper. Who's got it? 45-yard line. And they're going to say it's Bowling Green football. That Trent Sims in there for Bowling Green. We're going to have to take another look at this here.
It just didn't look like it was a forward pass. Kyle Kelly is upset. And it's such a hard throw when that guy's swinging out like that. You want to let him get up the field enough where it's a forward pass. And I think he just let it go a little bit too soon and just behind Cooper. And again, this is his third start. It's a tough break right now.
Bowling Green gets another turnover here. It's their second takeaway tonight. They've got 22 now to lead the nation this season, and we'll see if they can capitalize here on this one. We'll go back to the last sequence after this first play here. Play action from Connor Bazelak. For Hilaire, it's overthrown and incomplete. All right, so back to Kyle Kelly as they turn it over, Rocky, the pass behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this is the right call. He throws this ball from about, let's call it the 48.5-yard line, and you can see it goes at about the 49.5. And look, that's one of the toughest throws a quarterback can make, right? You don't think so, right? It's just a 10-yard throw, but he's got to time that thing so the receiver gets out and he's moving forward. It's a pass to the line of scrimmage. It's tough.
Stewart's back in for the Falcons. He gets the call, gets away from the first man in the backfield, and he takes off down the sideline. Terrion Stewart breaking tackles like he's done all year. Touchdown. 54 yards on the run for the score to the house.
That's the thing with Stewart. You better get him in the backfield. And Ball State had an opportunity, but Cole Pierce wasn't able to make a tackle. And then big number 4 just squared his shoulders and went.
Here's Alan Anaya for the extra point. It's good, and Rocky, that's 2 touchdowns off of 2 turnovers. It took just 17 seconds and 2 plays for the score.
It was a good job. They tried a shot right away, but they went back to what works. Let's hand the ball to big number 4, breaks a tackle, turns his shoulders up here, little arm action, pay dirt for Stewart and Bowling Green.
All right, Zubin, sounds good. Thanks very much. We'll see you at the half. We got 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in the first frame. Bowling Green is back in front, 14-7, as Souter kicks off. Munson and Gilly back to return for Ball State. And they call for the fair catch. You know, 2 turnovers. It's been crushing if you're Ball State. They haven't won the turnover battle really at all. No. It's been awful for them. They've only won the turnover battle once in the last 11 games, and they're down 2-0 here tonight. And Rocky's translated into 2 touchdowns.
It has. And, I mean, Bowling Green is just absolutely living off the takeaways right now. And, again, turn them into points. And I think for Ball State to be successful tonight, they got to get back on the right side of that turnover battle. And Mike New knows that. He talked about it this week to us, said, hey, we got to win that turnover battle. They put themselves behind the 8 ball right now.
Here's Cooper, and he's going to be taken down the backfield for a loss, a big loss, a 5-yard loss on the play. And yeah, like 3 different players in on that one, led by Jordan Porter.
Jordan Porter got across the line of scrimmage and down that line, chasing Cooper down. It's a great play, young man. And it's all about penetration if you play D-line. You want to penetrate, fight off that block, and then you're able to put your foot in the ground and get down that line, chase the running back. It's great.
Kelly, pressure again. He gets away from the first 2, not the third one. It's Anders. Darren Anders, 23, senior middle linebacker. His 50th career game here tonight. His 40th start, 39th straight. And it's just been awesome for this group, for the Bowling Green defense, number 23.
And Bowling Green's done a good job overall tonight containing Kyle Kelly. And that's how you got to do it. The first guy probably ain't going to bring him down, but you got to be the second, the third, the fourth. You got to keep bringing the cavalry. PG knows that.
Magwood goes in motion, 4 wide receiver set for Ball State, and some heavy pressure again. This pass is almost intercepted as the receiver fell down. He wanted Edwards, and it was nearly picked off by Jalen Husky.
I'm not sure what happened, why Edwards went down to his backside there, almost picked off. Would have been devastating.
It would have been the 3rd turnover tonight.
And I didn't know if Edwards didn't know if it was supposed to be a go route or if he was supposed to sit down there, but he got a little bit of pressure on Kyle Kelly. It's tough for an inexperienced quarterback.
Lucas Burrow, and he just gets it away. That was almost blocked by Payshawn Wimberly, and it's going to be a short kick nonetheless. Wimberly already has a blocked punt return for a touchdown this year at Buffalo, and he almost blocks this one here, number 30 on special teams for Bowling Green.
This is one of the things Scott Leffler told us, were the keys to victory. He said, hey, I think we have an advantage in special teams. Can we block a punt? Well, they didn't block it, but they forced a short punt, helped them out.
I mean, normally you're not just like waiting there, right, Rocky? You'd be like, all right, I'm waiting. Can I get in there and block it? And he almost did. Bowling Green special teams this year. It's the only FBS program in the country with a blocked field goal and a blocked punt return for touchdowns. So now Camden Orth is in the ball game, the quarterback for Bowling Green. They hand it off to Payshawn Wimberly. So the first time we've seen this sequence here tonight, especially first the backup quarterback in Orth, and then Wimberly, his first carry of the night.
Yeah, when you see Camden Orth in, he's a run-first quarterback himself. Big kid, 6'3", 225, just tough, old school. He comes in games here and there, and especially when they want to pound away at that run.
So Wimberly, after the first run now, Keith is in as flags come flying in.
Ball start. Offense, number 51. 5-yard penalty. Late second out.
They got Cedric Dunbar the second that time.
So Camden Orth is going to stay in the game here.
And Keith is in the backfield. Another flag.
And move back 5 yards, I think.
Yeah, give it right back to him.
Get right back.
Offside. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
All right, back to 2nd and 10. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to play here in the half, Rocky. 14-7 now if you're Bowling Green. What are you thinking here on this stage?
I'm kind of puzzled why Orth is in the game. He's usually more the running quarterback. Maybe they have something up their sleeve with him.
Package or something,
yeah.
Right? Yeah. Got Harold Fannin Jr. at the bottom of the screen, 44. The tight end. Got a touchdown pass tonight. Stewart, who had the big run after the last turnover from Ball State. Now it's to Keith, and he's going to be in some trouble. He's going to be finally taken down, a 2-yard loss. Keontae Newsom is in there for the play for Ball State, among others, along with Tavion Woodard.
You see the way this
and
Ball State
flag.
defense runs around. It's just not a defense you're going to be able to run around the edge on them.
A little bit disjointed here on this drive here, especially late in this first half, and the minute 43 to go.
Holding. Offense, number 53. That penalty's declined. 3rd down.
Do you like declining that penalty there, Rocky?
I don't know.
Pushing them back another 10. I mean, this could be 4-down territory right here. If you don't pick up a little bit on 3rd down, and kind of knock them out of
it. Pick up a good chunk here, and maybe even go for them 4th down. Here we go.
Yeah, that's kind of wise here. A timeout taken. Bowling Green. They got to figure out what's been happening in this last sequence. You've had a couple of penalties, and They want to get themselves figured out with 1:47 to go in the third down and 11. Week 10 of the college football season, Saturday on ABC. First Bedlam football game was played back in 1904, and this could be the final meeting for a while. Now, certainly the last conference opponents, number 9 Oklahoma and number 22 Oklahoma State in Stillwater at 3:30 Eastern. Then is the Pac-12 game of the night. Number 5 Washington taking on number 20 USC. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern. And how about the players in that, right? Michael Penix Jr. leads FBS in passing yards, almost 3,000, averaging 368 a game. And then you got Caleb Williams, who's responsible for 31 touchdowns this year.
But neither of these
34.
two teams have played the way people think they can the last couple weeks. I mean, Washington against Arizona State and then Stanford didn't quite look the same as that team that beat Oregon a few weeks back.
So Bazelak is back in, and he's going to be brought down and sacked on a third down and 11. So obviously the exact opposite of what you wanted coming out of a timeout, as Makari Siblis was in there for Ball State.
So got Sidney Houston in on the action as well.
Timeout Ball State. What happened here?
Just some more pressure. You know, Ball State really likes to bring those linebackers. And then when you turn to pick up a linebacker, here comes a defensive end or a defensive lineman that you leave unblocked. Connor Bazelak was trying to step up in that pocket, but that window closed quick.
Real missed opportunity there, I feel like, if you're Bowling Green, right? They got a 14-7 lead. That sequence just was so jumbled up the entire time.
Offsides and holding.
And if you think about it, they're going to get the ball, too, to start the second half. So it would have been kind of nice to finish that first half off strong, right?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you see Mike New there. He's saying, look, got a minute 39. Maybe we can turn this into something positive here because they gave us a shot.
Keon Magwood makes the catch. The not call for a fair catch. Caden Johnson makes the tackle.
Yeah,
Wimberly on the tackle there.
Not sure why he didn't call for a fair catch here.
I know. This player got kind of blocked into him there as well.
I mean, this is the kind of thing that'll give a coach a heart attack, right? Just, you know, back there, bodies flying around. There he is. You feel the guy on you and call it fair catch. Make it a little easier on yourself.
That's the last thing Ball State needs, is the third turnover of this first half. They've already got 2. So late in the first half here, and this pass is off the mark. He wanted Magwood. And you really got to watch it, too, if you're Ball State now, because you're deep in your own territory. Bowling Green's got 2 timeouts left, and the clock is stopped with a minute 27.
And Kyle Kelly, you see just the inexperience of quarterback there. I mean, that ball snapped. He is staring that wide receiver down the whole way. Allowed that Bowling Green cornerback Husky get a nice jump on it.
Kelly, another throw. Pemberton's got the catch, but he's not going anywhere, and he's taken down on the spot, and a quick timeout by Bowling Green. It's exactly what we talked about. 20 seconds to go as Davon Ferguson makes the tackle, and it's going to be third down and long here.
They get a stop here and get the ball back in good field position with about a minute to go.
Fans kick off your Week 9 NFL Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern. The Countdown Crew on ESPN, the ESPN app. On Monday, we'll be at MetLife Stadium for Justin Herbert and the Chargers, taking on Zach Wilson and the Jets, coming up 8 o'clock Eastern on ABC. But Week 9 NFL Sunday, NFL Countdown starts it all off at 10 a.m. Eastern. How about the Jets playing a lot better now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they're done, you know.
Better than people thought, yeah.
You know, Wilson has played there, right? And he's got some experience. He knows the system, and now he's starting to turn it on a little bit.
People don't want to admit it, but he's played well at times here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what a tough situation. Love what that coach has done there. I mean, 4 plays in the season. You're the biggest free agent signing in a long time. Aaron Rodgers goes down, and still playing good football.
So here it is, third down and 8 for Ball State.
Cannot let him scramble here.
Pemberton's in the backfield. Kelly scrambling away. Here comes the pressure, and he's going to go down. As he go out of bounds? Yes, the clock is stopped with a minute and 10 seconds, minute and 9 seconds, as Cassius Howell and Dontrez Brown combined to shove him out.
He goes out of bounds there inexplicably. Watch as you see, but two, not one, but two spies, both Anders and Sip, because they know what's going to happen there. They know that Kyle Kelly is going to try to break the pocket.
Oh, he stayed in.
Close up every lane. Okay.
Yeah, they had to take the final timeout. It looked like. I think
I
that's
thought
what
he
happened.
went out of bounds.
Yeah, me too. I was like, yeah, it was a timeout taken by Bowling Green, right? I mean, he got down there. You saw the knees go down right before he went out of bounds. Like, at least I'm not going to.
Yeah, but that was great. Two spies on that play there. They said, look, we are not going to let him scramble and get that first down. That was smart.
Barrow gets the kick away. And Bowling Green at this point is going to let it bounce, and we're unable to pick it up. That time it was Jalen Embry, and he's upset with himself, number 8. Had he picked it up, he could have saved a good 10 to 15 yards there.
I had a good 10 yards there.
But still, 55 seconds remaining for Bowling Green at their own 45-yard line, but they're now out of timeouts.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit tougher for him, but still plenty of time. Scott Leffler's been in this situation many times here. And Connor Bazelak with a lot of experience. See if he can put together a 2-minute drive here.
Bazelak. Wide open man, it's caught, it's Austin Osborne, and he's in the Ball State territory for a first down and more. 32-yard line.
He's able to get out of bounds. Great job. That's how you start off a 2-minute drive. Big chunk yards play.
That was excellent. 23-yard pickup on the play. 49 seconds to go in the first half. Bazelak again to the outside. It was Harold Fannin Jr.
Does a great job here. Nice pocket. Bazelak staying in there, just patience, wait for Osborne to cross the field, and they would get out of bounds.
Here's Teron Keith, who's in now. To the right of Bazelak. 44 seconds to go. Out of timeouts, remember. Bazelak, and the pass is incomplete. Looking for Hilaire.
This is incomplete, intended for number 1, Hilaire.
Tylan Baldwin covering on the play. So Rocky got 3rd down and 9 here. Field goal situation, Alan Anaya, he's 8 for 11 on the season, as long as 42 yards. At this point, you're looking at a 49-yard field goal if you don't pick anything up here.
Yeah, I think you do what you can. I wouldn't take a shot here down the field, try to pick up a few yards, make for a more manageable field goal.
We got some movement. That's not going to help if that's on Bowling Green.
Half infraction. Offense, number 57. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
It's a couple times tonight. False starts, penalties.
There was a center, Alex Patch, at that time, and they've hurt themselves here on a few of these, and now you got 3rd down and 14. Just lost the snap.
Lost the snap. I mean, they're actually fortunate it was a penalty there and not a
fumble. Yeah,
fumble. Actually, might have worked out better for him.
3rd and 14, Bazelak, and he gets rid of it. He's got Osborne, and he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage out of bounds at the 32-yard line. So it's going to be 4th down. Let's see if they attempt the field goal here. It would be 49 yards, and they are not making any motion to bring on Alan Anaya, as Bazelak, well, now they are going to. So with 35 seconds left. See if they can add 3 more on the board before the end of the half. Remember, they do get the ball to start the second half as well. It's going to end up being a 50-yard attempt.
Not much wind in this stadium. I've been in the stadium a few times. Sometimes that thing can swirl around.
Right.
But it gusts, though, as I say that.
And this one has no chance. Well short and off to the left. And Anaya's now 8 for 12 on the season. Misses from 50 yards. And Ball State's going to take over, and there is still time here. 31 seconds remaining with their 2 timeouts remaining.
And you can see Scott Leffler is frustrated. That was a real opportunity right there. They got the ball in great field position.
Right.
Start off the drive with a big chunk yardage play, and then some penalties. And just poor play right there. That was
Yeah, because you said it. That first pass play was awesome.
Yeah.
Right to the sideline. You get out of bounds. Right?
49 seconds left. First down. You're on the other side of 45.
Yeah, picked up 23 yards, and then it kind of stalled after that. So here's Kyle Kelly. And he's going to be hit and sacked at the 30-yard line. Cassius Howell for Bowling Green.
And I think you're just seeing the inexperience of Kyle Kelly. He just doesn't have the experience, doesn't know all the progressions of these routes yet.
And at this point is Pemberton. He might just want to get to the half here. The Bowling Green defense tonight, 4 sacks, totaling 15 yards. That's going to take us to the end of the first half as the Falcons lead it 14-7. And they will have the ball to start the second half as well. Fannin Jr. with a touchdown catch. Stewart with a touchdown run. He's got 9 carries for 85 yards, and that TD is 31 rushes now in the year of 10 or more yards, which is #1 in the nation. And Bowling Green is taking advantage of the 2 first-half turnovers by Ball State tonight and have turned them into touchdowns.
We talked about they had 9 coming in. The game has been the difference.
Let's get it on down to Nicole, who's with Stewart.
Terrion, a huge running play for you. Take me through that touchdown.
Our line did exactly what it had to do. I followed them. You know, I'm pretty small, so you're not going to be able to see me anyway. So just get a good upcut and try not to get talked about it first person.
How do you keep this momentum going for your offense?
It's energy. Just keep going. Everybody got to stay woke and do a 111. And had a sideline juiced up and ready to go, and we'll be perfect.
Thanks, Terrion.
Thank you.
All right, Nicole, so Bowling Green with the advantage here at the half, 14-7. After the break, Zubin Mehenti and Trevor Matich for the halftime report.
Are you ready for some action? Saturday, December 2nd, the best from the East.
In just a little bit as we recap this first half here with the Falcons up by 7 and what we can expect here to begin the second half. Rocky, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of Terrion Stewart. Been good tonight, 85 yards. And Bowling Green still getting the takeaways.
Play fake, and Bazelak goes for Fannin, and it's incomplete. Off his hands, and Jordan Riley was over there covering. What'd you think Bazelak in the first half? I know they changed it up, brought in Cam North there near the end. It was kind of an interesting sequence.
Yeah, I didn't really understand bringing in Cam North there because I think Bazelak's played pretty well, especially where they were in the field. On the 45-yard line, I mean, Cam North is the running quarterback, but nevertheless, I think you keep giving Bazelak some shots here.
Stewart takes a couple of big hits, gets across the 25-yard line to the 26. Going to be a 3rd and short here on the way. Tavion Woodard made the tackle for Ball State.
Terrion Stewart's just a guy that just wears on you, wears on a defense as the game goes on.
Jason Patterson comes in for him here on 3rd down and short. 2 for 7 on 3rd down is Bowling Green tonight. We also got Harold Fannin Jr. in the backfield as well. Bazelak, pressure, he's going to be sacked. James Maxson, Malcolm Gibb. Maxson got in there first.
Interesting formation. They had Fannin in the backfield that going to try to get a little flat route to him, but the pressure right in Bazelak's face, he didn't have a chance. That's a way to start off this second half for Ball State. I mean, look, as poorly as they've played at times, I mean, they're only behind 7 points here, and now they're getting the ball back.
Thought they were going to go to the run there, you know, with that stacked backfield like that. It's the second sack for Ball State tonight. A total yards lost of 9, and here's the kick from Cleather, and it's going to roll inside the 40-yard line. And now what happened here? Ball State touched it, and Bowling Green gets it back? No. What would you do that for?
Well, what Bowling Green did was they shoved the Ball State cover guy into the ball. And if you're Ball State, why are you even close to the ball?
Right.
Get away from it. Everyone's yelling, poison, poison, poison. Get away from it. I mean, it isn't going to matter, but don't even make it that close. Just get away from it.
It was Brock Horn that kind of pushed in the Ball State player into the ball that time, but it is Ball State football here from their own 38-yard line. Here come flags again. This is kind of what happened at the end of the first half. I mean, there was like 6 flags. Stalling drives, especially if you're Bowling Green.
Bowling Green's had some opportunities to just break this game open, and they haven't been able to because of the penalties.
I mean, the 115-yard penalty.
Defense, number 54. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Yeah, there it is again on Bowling Green. I mean, the one big one, the 15-yard personal foul for roughing the passer is what led to Ball State's touchdown. Remember? I mean, it was a 4th down.
Yeah, without that happening, I mean, Ball State has 0 points right now.
Cooper. And gets up to the 45-yard line. Let's go down to Nicole and get an update on what's been happening. What's going on, Nicole?
Yeah, well, I just spoke to Coach New, and he stressed to me the first 30 minutes were all self-inflicted wounds. We need to limit our turnovers, and the next 30 minutes, we have got to impose our will and show what we are capable of.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about, Nicole, those turnovers there early have just killed Ball State. You're coming in with a quarterback who's making his 3rd start. It's so imperative to play clean football when you got that situation going on. That's why Mike New is hoping things change here in the second half.
This is not good. That's Ethan Crow, the center, who's down right now for Ball State. And Mike New's coming out to the field. And so Crow, the junior center, who missed 2 games earlier this year with a knee injury, and just lying on his back, as you see here, close to midfield, and they attend to him.
And Ethan Crow just, it's always tough for those linemen. They're blocking. You can't feel when something collapses on the back of your legs.
We'll step aside. Injury.
A great job. Again, but, you know, important thing is this is a manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2. I think you give Kyle Kelly a run-pass option here. If nothing there, if he scans the field, first option ain't there, run it.
Goes to Cooper, and he's going to have the first down into Bowling Green territory, taken down at about the 45-yard line by Jordan Oladokin and Darius Lorfils.
Here we go, good. Move the sticks here, get up, back up to the line.
And right back to him, and this time he's hit hard by Joseph Sepp Jr., who makes the play for Bowling Green. But I like the idea, Rocky, right? Like, get a little momentum or something going here.
Especially for a young quarterback, an inexperienced quarterback like Kyle Kelly. Have some success, you get a first down. Let's try to capitalize on it. It's why you see offenses go hurry up, because when you're playing that with that 2-minute type tempo there, you start stacking good plays.
4 straight runs for Marquez Cooper, 15 total yards. It's now 2nd and 7 for Ball State. And right back to him, and not much happening there. Once again, Dontrez Brown, Joseph Sepp Jr. for Bowling Green. 3rd down here. What do you got, Rocky?
Well, that last play, it was the second time tonight they've tried to put in the extra offensive lineman, tight end Cole Moser, and pull him back around, but Bowling Green hasn't been fooled. Right now, again, you got the run-pass option with Kyle Kelly. He's going to look at his first option. Tuck that thing. Bowling Green, you got to... That's the communication right now between those linebackers. Don't let him scramble. Don't give him a vertical rush lane here. Those pass rushers up front can't get out of their lanes.
And they bring in Webster at tight end. Pemberton goes in motion. Kelly needs to get to the 36. He's going to be a little bit shy here, but you got to feel like they're going to go for it on 4th and 1. Darius Lorfield's on the tackle, and they're going to bring right back in Cole Moser, number 90. At that tight end position. Also got Tanner Koziel, another tight end, 88 in there as well.
Kelly's slippery, though. I mean, Joseph Sepp had him back for about a 3-yard loss. This is about a 2nd or 3rd time tonight we've seen him break some tackles. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but boy, he can break some tackles.
4th down and a yard for Ball State. Cooper, 1st down. Trent Sims in the tackle. What a big hole created by that offensive line.
Yeah, right in that A-gap, right down the chute. Pull him around. What a great job there. I think that was a left guard. I'm creating a nice hole there.
First and 10. It's been all Cooper, and he has it yet again. A short pickup. You got to feel like if you're Bowling Green, Rocky, you're almost wondering how you're even in this position here right now. You're like, we're only up by 7. Ball State's got a chance to tie this game.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they haven't played incredibly dominant, but I mean, it could be up 21-28 nothing, to be honest with you.
It's just been the self-inflicted mistakes. You know, the late hit on the quarterback that kept the drive alive, that gave Ball State its only points, and then penalties, offsides. It's a thing. You got an opponent. You got to put them away. You let them hang around, they can come back on you.
Pemberton and Cooper in there now. It's going to be Pemberton against the call. He goes up the middle, has daylight, 1st down and more inside the 20, and gets close to the 15-yard line. So Vaughn Pemberton brought down by Jordan Porter, and Ball State's got something cooking here. 15-yard run. They go back to him. And finally going to be ripped down by Ethan Branch Haynes for Bowling Green.
Tell you what, the left guard, John Mucciolo, has been doing a good job of there. You see him kicking a guy out, then getting to the second level, getting the linebacker, all those guys up front. Creating some holes on the interior.
Yeah, you're right. 64 there at the left guard. Transfer to Sacred Heart. He's also missed a couple of games this year with an injury, but is basically one of the strongest players they've said that they've got on this offensive line, and it showed here on this run.
Yeah. They keep running behind big number 64. This formation, a little explosion.
Shifted everyone over out to the right. Kyle Kelly has it, bottom of the screen, and the pass is caught. He's got his receiver in Ahmad Edwards. And so that's pretty good, right? You flood everybody over there, then you go single down to the left.
That's it. You go 4 receivers out there. Looks like it's going to be a bubble screen with 3 blockers out in front, and you send it back to the other side of the field. That's how you got to do it. Deception.
How about that? That was the first completion on this drive. That was the 11th play. It's really been all Cooper on the ground and Pemberton as well. What does Ball State do here on 3rd and 3? Magwood and Cooper in the backfield. They're going to send Magwood in motion. Kelly. And he's going to be taken down at about the 5-yard line. It's going to be enough for the first down, however, and now they're going to set up 1st and goal from the 5. Joseph Sipp Jr. on the tackle for Bowling Green.
It's a great job. You bring everybody out to the defense's left, and then it's just a quick hitter keeper back the other side by Kyle Kelly. That's what this offense has to do. You have to use deception, right? Line some guys up over here, come back to the other side.
From the 5, Cooper, touchdown, Ball State, and Marquez Cooper runs it in from 5 yards out.
And watch the block that Christian Abney, the tight end, gives, sealing that edge. Incredible. Number 87, just locking the defender, the defensive end, pushing him down the field. If you're going to have an edge play like that, you got to have someone just smash the edge defender in and give him a chance. Great job by Abney. Here we go, Ball State answers.
Jackson Corville with the extra point. It is good. There was a flag down, however.
Welcome back to Bowling Green, where we're all tied up here. And in the first quarter, Ball State sideline was not fired up at all. But now the coaches are getting both the offense and defense in rhythm right now, and every player is talking to each other, trying to gut this game out.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I see the same thing up here, Nicole. I feel like Ball State has now captured the momentum. Bowling Green had it earlier. Looks like they were going to run away with things. They allowed Ball State to hang in there. Now they got the juice.
Now Orth is back in at quarterback. They hand off to Stewart. He's hit a couple times in the backfield, and bumping off tacklers is going to gain about 4 yards on the play. This is a real determining drive here, you feel like, if you're Bowling Green. Are they going to show something on this drive, or are they going to give this thing right back and let Ball State carry that momentum?
Well, the main thing, yeah, you're right. The main thing is that they got to play clean. It's been the penalties. It's been the offsides. It's been the holding. If they play clean here and just keep stacking some positive plays, you're right. This is a critical drive.
Keith is in the backfield. He gets the call, but Ball State's ready for him. They've hit him in the backfield a few times. He's going to eke out another yard or two at most across the 30-yard line to the 31. Going to be 3rd and 4 for Bowling Green. Cole Pierce pushed him down.
This Bowling Green run game all of a sudden is really lateral, right? It's going sideways, east-west. Get Terrion Stewart and get him going north-south downhill.
And it's been Ball State that's controlled the ground game and the plays. They've run 50 plays in this game. Bowling Green has just run 33. Time of possession, over 12 more minutes in favor of Ball State. We're tied at 14. Harold Fannin Jr. in motion. Camden Orth is the quarterback. Here comes the pressure. Orth, he's hit, possible face mask. We don't see a flag. He gets up to the first down marker at the 35. It should be enough for the first down. No flags are down. And it's a first down for Bowling Green. Wow.
That's the second face mask that we've seen on Bowling Green that hasn't been called here tonight. I mean, that was pretty blatant out there in the open. Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle King that time for Ball State, 54, but no flag. And now in motion goes Abdul Fattah Ibrahim. Instead, the pass goes to Fannin Jr. He makes the catch, and he gets up to the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards shy of the first. Pierce again on the tackle.
Trying to understand the use of Camden Orth and why he's in the game versus Bazelak. Not that he's doing a bad job. And he's usually more the running quarterback. Did a good job scrambling for that first down earlier.
He's played in 7 of the 8 games this season. They give the Jason Patterson, who's going to get the first down for Bowling Green. He gets up to their own 49-yard line.
That was just a short game, but it was good to see Bowling Green have some north-south influence to the run game there. It's been real sideways lately.
Hasn't been a lot of big plays. I mean, they did have the big run by Stewart.
Yeah, other than that big run by Stewart, that's been about it in terms of explosion from the run game.
There's Bazelak on the sideline. Tillman in motion. Play fake, and Orth falls down. He's down at the 39-yard line, down, and then the ball came out. But that's going to be a loss of 10.
And here, again, self-inflicted mistake. Scott Leffler is beside himself. It's just the turf monster there.
Tripped over
I guess he did.
Keith.
Yeah, he did.
Back.
Just what can go wrong will go wrong at times. The running back's foot trips up on the quarterback's foot. And
that's one in college football where you're thankful that when you're down, the play's over.
Correct.
Right? I mean, in the NFL, that ball's live.
Yeah.
He's not touched. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. It's 2nd down and 20. Orth. Pressure. He's got a wide open man. It's Fannin Jr. He's got the catch for the first down. Inside the 30 at Ball State, down to the 21.
And just like that, all is right with the world for Bowling Green. Just a pretty ugly drive they had going, but they get Fannin. Great protection for Orth. Fannin on the crossing route for 40.
That's after losing 10 on a 2nd down and 20 play.
A lot of bad. And then just like that, your fortune's turn.
High snap. And Orth is going to take it himself. And he's going to get inside the 15-yard line. So I don't know if that's exactly what the design was, Rocky, but he made some good out of it.
It's second time we've seen some errant snaps, too. Look at Fannin. What a great route concept. You have 3 wide receivers, get guys crossing up, and the defense can't sort it out. And big number 44 is wide open.
He stays in at the tight end position on the right side of that offensive line. Out there along with Andrew Bench, the other tight end. It's a 2 tight end set to the right. 2nd and short. Hand off to Keith, and he goes inside the 5. He's close to the goal line. He's going to be knocked down just shy, thanks to Makari Siblis, who makes the tackle for Ball State, but it's going to be 1st and goal coming up.
It's a way to put your left foot in the ground, Teron Keith, and get downhill. Great run. Now, here's where you really got to be worried about the quarterback keeper run if you're Ball State.
Timeout. Oh, that's the end of the third. Excuse me. So the third quarter is over, and Bowling Green is on the doorstep. Camden North and company trying to put their team back in front. Boyman, Nicole Rigoni, as Bowling Green is on the doorstep here, Rocky.
Yeah, I think right now if you're Ball State, you're worried about big Camden North, 6'3", 225 at quarterback, just getting pushed, maybe a little tush push here, getting him in the end zone.
Instead, it's Stewart on the handoff, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield. Oh, what a play coming up by Lauren Strickland for Ball State.
Strickland was shot out of an absolute cannon on that play. It looked like Stewart had the edge. There he is, right in the middle, scanning, and he right there, shoot that gap. So many times a linebacker doesn't trust his eyes, doesn't want to shoot that gap, and maintains going sideways. He comes downhill, makes a big play.
Yeah, incredible play by Strickland. So now it's 2nd and goal, backed up from 5 yards out to the 6. Orth will go from the shotgun here. And the motion man is Payshawn Wimberly. He's taken down after he gets the carry. And Ball State is all over this here. Joey Stembler this time with some help. Newsom and also Cole Pierce.
Again, I cannot understand the east-west nature of this run game in this area of the field. That's 2 plays in a row. We're trying essentially jet sweeps or outside run plays. You got a 6'3", 225-pound quarterback. Pile that thing up inside. You got a 225-pound running back in Terrion Stewart, one of the best in the MAC.
Rocky, I
can't understand it.
And Coach Leffler has to be thinking, what is going on here? This is unreal. They lost 4 yards on that play.
Bazelak back in. Got to be a pass.
Connor Bazelak. He's going to throw it. And the catch is made, and it's a touchdown to Teron Keefe. Nothing like making it harder on yourself.
That's right.
Touchdown, Bowling Green.
I don't think it had to be that hard, but Bowling Green bailed itself out, and Connor Bazelak bring him back in. Nice, calm, cool, collected. Just dumps it out to Teron Keefe, swinging on the outside. Man, that was setting up to be absolute disaster. But Bowling Green able to capitalize.
I mean, they're at the 1 yard line. I agree with you. I was like, okay, here comes the sneak from Orth and Or
Terrion Stewart rubbed up the A gap. No.
Bowling Green needs to win out, trying to have a chance to play for a MAC title. They're going to need a lot of help as well. You got Ball State, who needs to win out to become bowl eligible. They've went to bowls in 2 of the last 3 years, and they're down by 7 here. Week 10 of college football coming up Saturday on ABC. We talked about it. Bedlam was played way back in 1904, and it comes your way again. It could be the final meeting for a while. Certainly the last conference opponents, Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. Then we've got the Pac-12 game of the night, Washington and USC. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern this Saturday on ABC.
I'm looking forward to see if Washington can bounce back. Last couple of weeks, they've just not looked themselves. You got Michael Penix at the helm here. Explosions can happen at any time.
Averaging 368 yards passing a game. Kyle Kelly is back in. Vaughn Pemberton is in the backfield. It's going to be Kelly, though. Carries here for just a little bit on this first down play. I mean, you feel like Ball State, right? They're going to have to try to throw the ball a little bit at some point, right? I mean, they have only had 35 passing yards all night, but I guess it hasn't really mattered because they were just still in the game.
Right. That's the thing. I mean, the 2 scoring drives Ball State has had tonight have been long, methodical drives. They'd like to score a little bit quicker here.
Kelly is just 1 for 1 for 5 yards this half. You got Cooper and Spiegel in for Ball State in this possession here. Cooper breaks free across the 40. First down, Ball State. Good run. Jalen Husky on the tackle for Bowling Green.
There's my guy, left guard, John Mucciolo, 64, out there blocking influence and blocking a linebacker, picking up 2 guys, 17 yards. What a great compliment. You know, you get the run from Kyle Kelly, and then you got to worry about Marquez Cooper, one of the better running backs in the MAC.
He's the active leading rusher in the MAC. Over 3,400 rushing yards, and he's got it again. And he'll be stymied after about 3 to the 46. Remember, he played at Kent State. He's played Bowling Green the last 3 straight years. This matchup has not been played since 2015. Crazy enough between these two in the 8 years that Coach Mike New has been here, and he knows Scott Leffler so well, but this is the first time they've gotten together.
Yeah, it's amazing. Mike New's been here 8 years and has not played Bowling Green. That's wild.
Cooper tonight with 81 rushing yards on the campaign. Got it again. And gets up close to midfield. Going to set up a 3rd down and 4 now. Anthony Hawkins in the tackle.
Manageable 3rd down here.
I mean, he's getting it done. I don't see him going away from this, right?
Yeah. The guy I'd love to see him get involved is a tight end, Tanner Koziel.
Yeah.
big, tall kid, 6'7". There's got to be a way to utilize him. He's in that point position at that trips formation at the bottom.
Number 88. Third down. Bowling Green. There was some movement.
Wow.
The indication's going to be on Ball State.
All start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
And that just takes you out of your game plan with Kyle Kelly. 3rd and 3, that's something he can scramble and pick up.
Right.
Now, that's a much tougher task here. How about 3rd and 8 or 9?
I'm with you, though, on Koziel, number 88, who's got 29 catches coming in, a couple of touchdowns, a sophomore tight end that they like a lot. But they haven't really even, I don't think they've
that would be
tonight.
a young quarterback's best friend, a target who's 6'7", 240 pounds. Throw it up to him.
Now he lines up at the top of the screen. Cooper, Malone back to the left of Kelly. Guns in on the crossing route. The catch is made by Ahmad Edwards. What a grab on the slant. First down in the Bowling Green territory. Husky again on the tackle.
And they bring the trips formation to the left and the slant on the backside. Here they go. First down. They're going to get lined back up and go again.
And the hurry up, and again, Cooper dashes forward for a few. Let's go back to that last sequence there with Edwards on that catch.
Yeah, you said get everyone back off the left, and he's going there with the ball right away. No doubt about it, but a nice throw there by Kelly. Picking it up.
And very decisive there, too, right? I mean, they knew what they wanted, they got it, and then they got hurry up going there for a little bit, which you'd like to see. See if they can get Bowling Green on their heels here. Kelly. There he goes. First down the sideline. There's nobody there. One guy now comes back. He cuts in front of him for the touchdown. Kyle Kelly goes for the score. And Ball State a point away from tying things up. That's a 44-yard run.
Wow. Electric speed around the right side. You get the feeling that Ball State's like, okay, someone's going to get him. Look, he's just leaving brown jerseys in the dust. And then the safety's there and just great cutback across. Wow. Just like that. Drive looks like it's going to stall. Nothing really going, and Ball State answers.
Kelly has only 45 passing yards tonight, but it doesn't matter. He's rushed 15 times for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Why throw the ball when you can do that? And this guy is absolutely fantastic as a runner. You see the speed. Don't count Ball State out. We're all tied here at Bowling Green. Just give him a little step. He's able to turn the corner and then just leaving people in the dust. Quick little cut back there at the end. Just, I mean, a great, you like to think Mike News saw something out there. Hey, look, they're really overloading that side when he flexed wide receivers out and let Kyle Kelly do what he does best.
And it was just that little jolt that he had to the left, right? Just to kind of fake like I'm going there, and then he cuts it back right. Yep. And did you see 44 too? Harold Fannin Jr. made a nice block on the edge there as well. That kind of helps spring him also.
Yeah, it's like you said, just that little juke. He just influenced those linebackers enough, held them in their spot, and then he was gone.
Keith on the return here for Bowling Green. Teron Keith, and he gets all the way back into Ball State territory at the 43-yard line. Makari Siblis makes the tackle. What a huge return to give a spark to the Falcons.
And that's exactly what Bowling Green needed. Ball State kind of captures the momentum and the energy back with that score. What can settle you down? How about a big play, a 47-yard return by your kickoff team?
And that's after the 7-play, 75-yard drive that took up 4 minutes and 13 seconds for Ball State to tie this game at 21. Now we're under 9 minutes to go. Terrion Stewart, the lone setback here, and a 1st and 10 for Bowling Green. In motion goes Hilaire. Stewart ekes out a couple.
Really like to see Bowling Green ride Terrion Stewart right here. He's made some explosive runs, had the big touchdown, but I like to think this point in the game, just keep handing that ball, keep feeding him.
Second down, Stewart again. And nothing going on there. It's going to lose a yard, actually. ESPN Plus is the home for more than 400 MAC games and events, including the MAC Women's Soccer Championship match Sunday at 1 Eastern. And the college baseball season starts Monday on ESPN Plus. We've got 28 men's games in November as well. If you're a MAC fan, you got to go to ESPNplus.com to sign up. College basketball season, underway, and looking forward to that.
Basketball season already?
I said baseball, yeah. I was like, what am I talking about? It's college basketball season.
It'll be baseball before you know it, don't worry.
That's right. Fall ball, maybe. Yeah. Well, we don't carry that. Catch is made by Keith, and he gets inside the 40-yard line to the 37 as Keontae Newsom on the tackle. We're halfway through the fourth here, but it is now fourth down. All right, Rocky.
Big return, and they just haven't been able to stack positive plays together, but they're going to go for it. This is a critical moment in this game. I just wonder if Ball State doesn't decide to bring some pressure here, get it right in the face of Connor Bazelak.
Fourth down and 4 for Bowling Green.
See Cole Pierce, number 40. He's coming. Nope.
Bazelak, and the catch is made. He's got Hilaire, and he's got the first down just inside of the 31-yard line. They needed that. Tylan Baldwin made the tackle for Ball State, but Bazelak delivers.
And it was a nice job. They did want to bring in the linebackers, Cole Pierce and company. That just opened up that shallow middle of the field for that slant route. An excellent throw by Bazelak.
You got Patterson, you got Stewart, you got Harold Fannin back there. And it's a play fake to Stewart. Bazelak. And he goes sideline, and the catch is made by Patterson. Good job to keep his feet in bounds. Just a little shy of the first.
He was trying to go downfield on that play action. Nothing doing. Good coverage on the back end. Able to get a few though.
Second and short. It's a keeper, Bazelak, and he's got the first down. He lost the ball, but they're going to say he was down. Red Potts makes the tackle for Ball State. That's going to move the chain.
That's a good play there because you don't think Connor Bazelak's the guy who's going to keep it and go around the end, and does a great job on that zone read. The defensive end crash, he kept it and picked up the first.
One thing these teams are doing tonight is they've had some long, sustained drives, taking up a lot of time off the clock.
Bowling Green like to take out about 5 minutes here and put it in the end zone and call it up.
Bazelak, Keith's got the catch, goes down the sideline. And they're going to say he stepped out right before the goal line. Teron Keith almost gets the touchdown. 20 yards after that catch.
Teron Keith has been a weapon tonight in the pass game. Had the touchdown earlier, and then they shoot the ball out to him. Tries to throw on the Jets. Oh, just that left foot. Goes out of bounds. Wow, is he explosive.
Excellent call by the official there. You're right.
It's a really good call.
Rocky, yep. Beautiful shot there. And here we go.
Camden North, and if this isn't a downhill run, I may come unglued.
I was just going to say, Rocky needs north and south here. Bowling Green. Teron Keith is in the backfield. Keeper is what you called for the last time. They didn't do it. They do it here. They're not going to get it. Camden North, and he stopped shy. I mean, you got to get low there, right, Rudy?
Yeah, you feel like, got to get a little bit lower.
He just kind of stood right up there. It's not gonna get him.
I wouldn't be deterred. I'd still try to hammer away at that inside.
Second down and goal from the 1. Harold Fannin Jr. gets the call, and he is dropped for a loss. Just what you're talking about, Rocky. Sidney Houston Jr. comes up and takes him down for a 4-yard loss.
I mean, they just have the beat on this perimeter run play there. Sidney Houston shoots the gap. He's unblocked. Goes right into the lap of Harold Fannin. I mean, it's got to be where's Teron Keith this area of the field? Or some play action, get a flat route or something.
Now Bazelak is back in.
Remember when he came back in last time, they threw the ball to Teron Keith.
Timeout, Bowling Green.
And I think Scott Loeffler wants to think about this here.
.324 remaining, 3rd and goal, tied at 21. Week 10 of college football, Oklahoma State, Bedlam and Stillwater. That's at 3:30 Eastern. And then we've got USC and Washington. Now you like Washington here, number 5 in the nation, taking on the Trojans, and you got 2 great players there in Penix Jr. and Caleb Williams. Going to be awesome watching that one.
And I think another part of this is if Washington can keep winning, I think Michael Penix now becomes maybe the leader in this Heisman race. I think Caleb Williams, I think it's out of reach for him at this point to repeat, but Washington keeps winning. Penix keeps playing well. Get that trophy.
All right, Rocky, what do you want to see here now? 3rd and goal.
I think you got to get Teron Keith now involved in the pass game.
Bazelak. He's got to just throw it away. Nobody is open, and this is unreal. Last offensive possession, they had the ball at the 1-yard line, and it took them to a 10-yard pass to go for the touchdown. Then they get it back here, 1st and goal at the 1, and now it's ended up being 4th and goal from the 4-yard line.
And you got Terrion Stewart at 5'9", 225 pounds, nicknamed Bully. Don't utilize him down here.
And Sidney Houston Jr. had that quarterback pressure that forced Bazelak to throw it out of the back of the end zone. So now Alan Anaya has come on for the field goal attempt. 22 yards, and it is good. So Bowling Green takes the lead with 3 minutes and 14 seconds remaining.
That was close. It was a bad snap. Couldn't get it down, but it goes to the uprights. Bowling Green up 3.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardiance at each day start. As time went
and now it's 24-21.
Yeah, it's been exciting. Typical midweek action game. Neither team out of it all along, and here we are, a 3-point game, a little over 3 minutes to go.
Neither team is led by more than 7 points, and now Ball State's got the opportunity here. Here comes the kickoff. And they got a chance on the return. And it's going to be Munson. So here's Ball State, who's had only 2 drives this half, but they have both been big ones. 7 minutes and 13 seconds, 62 yards for a touchdown. And then this last one, 4 minutes and 13 seconds, 75 yards, the touchdown. They're going to have to do it again here now, Rocky, and they get a chance to win the game.
But the problem is they only got 3 minutes on the clock, so no time for a methodical drive. They got to score now.
Cooper in the backfield. Here's Kelly. Pressure comes in, and he hails it to the sideline.
Now that was an interesting play. I think think they brought Webster, the tight end. He comes under center, flips the ball to Kelly. They try to throw it back to Webster.
Yep.
It's one of those ones you draw up. It looks great in practice. It just didn't formulate. Footing slipped a little bit, and that's a good job by Bowling Green. First down there, shutting it down.
Now Kelly gives to Cooper, and he gets about 5 to the 25-yard line. Anthony Hawkins on the tackle for Bowling Green. 3rd and 5, Rocky.
Of course, Ball State has plenty of time, 3 timeouts. They've got to pick up this first down here. This is critical. I just have to imagine in this situation, Kyle Kelly is going to put this thing on his shoulders, going to drop back for a pass. If nothing there, he is going to, look, they're going to spread the field out, try to get that defense spread out, and he's going to try to run this thing.
You called it, and he's going to try, needs the 30, and he's going to be shy of it. 28-yard line is the spot.
See, Bowling Green wasn't fooled on it. They knew what was coming. Yeah, good quarterbacks always want to put the game on their shoulders in the critical situations. Bowling Green knew that, and they were going to take away his best option, which was his legs.
Davian Mayo is the one that made the tackle. Now it's 4th down and 2. Here we go. 2 for 2 is Ball State on 4th down tonight. From the 28, got to get to the 30. Marquez Cooper in the backfield. Timeout is taken by Bowling Green. So they've got 1 remaining after this. College football once again, week 10. Bedlam.
Let's go. Here we go. Oklahoma State.
Did we get to our? We didn't get to our top 6 yet.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get to that.
We got to get to that. I know
first college football rankings, and
that's Saturday at 7:30 on ABC. All right, 4th down and 2. Rocky. Cole Mosier comes in, the tight end, number 90, the backup offensive lineman here. You called it the last time. Are we seeing something similar like this here again with Kelly? What do you got?
Yeah, I still think you give a potential thrower. You give him a good look. Try to get someone open here. Now we got Mosier, and he's the extra offensive lineman at tight end. I think that might be a running play. Defense watch Kyle Kelly on the keeper here.
4th down and 2. He sends Cooper in motion. He's got to get to the 30. He's got to try. He can't do it. They're going to hold him. Bowling Green stops him at the 29-yard line. It is Dontrez Brown. And the Falcons take over on downs with 1:43 remaining.
Dontrez Brown, right in the middle of that defense, makes the play of the game. Look, I mean, just fighting guys, throwing a blocker. He just took the right guard for Ball State, threw him, and made a tackle for no gain, and they get the ball back. What an incredible play by Dontrez Brown.
And you see that? I mean, that's look at that. Just the power that he had right there, and his legs just kind of holding him up himself. And Brown, who's got 9 tackles tonight, none bigger than that one right there. So now Bowling Green takes over. Remember, Ball State has all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Stewart, and he's going to be dropped for a yard loss in the backfield. And there's one of the timeouts taken right now.
They're going to call one quick. That's great. You get a tackle for loss. Well, I mean, back to Dontrez Brown. You talked about, Mike. This big D lineman, they can just anchor in that ground. No one's pushing them back. Throw off a blocker and make a play. Man, incredible.
Bowling Green, they still have that outside chance of playing for a MAC championship. They have to win all the remaining games, and they need help. That's what's at stake here tonight. To look on the east side of Miami in first at 4-1. Ball State, what they're playing for is they're trying to win on the remaining games to become bowl eligible.
Yeah, and it's all in the mix. I mean, Miami is without their starting quarterback, Brett Gabbert. So who knows what happens there? Of course, they looked great the other night. Ohio's offense hasn't been able to get going. Bowling Green's already beat Buffalo, so anything can happen here. But they got to hold on here for the next minute 37.
Now it's Keith, and he's trying to stretch it out here, and he's going to be taken down back at the original line of scrimmage, the 29-yard line by Cole Pierce, and another timeout taken by Ball State. So all is not lost here if you're them, right, Rocky? I mean, there's a minute and 31 seconds to go, and Stewart is now being helped off.
And that would explain why he's not in the game, handing him the ball. Devastating. I think we got to look at it here. And that was that last run.
They roll up on his leg.
Yeah, it gets rolled up on right there.
That's very damaging as he goes back into the locker room. So Stewart is out. 3rd and 10, Bowling Green. An obvious pain, as you saw there, from the Ball State 29-yard line.
And I mean, this Ball State defense all night, outside of one play by Stewart, has not allowed anybody to get around their edge. They're too fast.
So Keith is in the backfield here now on 3rd down. In motion goes Embry. Keith the carry. He's going to be taken down from behind at the 26-yard line by Tavion Woodard. And the final timeout is going to be taken by Ball State here. So the ball's at the 26-yard line. And you're looking at a 44-yard field goal if you're Bowling Green. And there's a minute 26 seconds remaining.
This is critical. I mean, 3 points here makes Ball State have to score a touchdown in a minute and 26 with no timeouts.
And it's like, Rocky, how big are those 2 Bowling Green takeaways now from that fumble they got in the first quarter and the fumble that they got in the second quarter, which led to directly 14 points if you're the Falcons? If not, I mean, they're potentially losing this game.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. And it's been the story of their last 2 games, and again here tonight. 11 takeaways, and then getting the points off of them tonight.
And missed a 50-yard field goal earlier tonight, Alan Anaya.
And I don't think they're going to try for a field goal.
Not going to. You're right.
Put the offense on the field.
So they do not want to go for the field goal. Instead, it's going to be 4th down and 7.
On Ball State, I'm looking for Harold Fannin. He's in the wing.
Bazelak's got it. Here comes some pressure. Bazelak, he's going to be sacked. At the 33-yard line, Jack Sape and Keontae Newsom.
Yeah, and everything just took too long to develop in that situation right there. They bring some pressure, brought both the linebackers, Cole Pierce and Keontae Newsom, and just didn't allow any lanes, didn't allow Connor Bazelak to get set back there, and now here we go.
Ball State out of timeouts, minute 20 to go, trailing by 3. Vaughn Pemberton's in the backfield with Kelly from the shotgun. Guns it. Catch is made. Short pickup at the 36 by Malcolm Gilly. They got to hustle back to the line of scrimmage here. 1st down markers at the 43.
Again, inexperienced quarterback. How can he lead a 2-minute drive here at the end of the game?
Kelly, pressure. Got to get rid of it. He tries to, and it's incomplete. Closest man in the area that time was Keon Magwood, the wideout. And Cassius Howell had that QB pressure that time.
And he was lucky to get that ball out. I was getting ready to say it. The last thing you can have in that situation is a sack.
Right. Cannot
take a sack, and he was real close. I mean, about a couple inches from that right knee being on the ground.
3rd down and 7. 57 seconds remaining. No timeouts. Kelly's got a man open, and it's caught at midfield, and into Bowling Green territory is Malcolm Gilly. 51 seconds remaining. Remember, all they need is a field goal here to tie it up from the 46. Kelly takes off and runs here. And he slides down. Did they give him the first down? Let's see. Where he started the slide, he's going to be a little bit shy.
He did not, and that's critical because now the clock does not stop here. Rushing people on the field. Clock's ticking away.
They get it set up quickly, and now flag flies. They get the first with Pemberton for the moment. Let's see if it stands here, though.
I was wondering if Ball State was set there.
Did everybody get off the field, too? That's the other thing. Let's see.
Yeah, they substituted.
Offense, number 16. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
It's on the wideout, Magwood.
You can see him off the end. You know, if someone needs to be off, if Edwards steps on, then Magwood's got to be off. And
Ball State 0-5 this year and trailing after 3 quarters. They trail 21-14 here tonight. And they change that in this one. Pemberton's in the backfield. It is second down. Kelly going to run. He's going to go to the sideline. He has the first down and is out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Joseph Sipp Jr. knocked the ball out of his hands, but it goes out of bounds, and now there's 12 ticks left. First and 10, Ball State from the Bowling Green 35.
Wow. We've got an injury down here. Got a freshman kicker, Jackson Corville.
As long on the season as of 37 yards. They attend to the injured Bowling Green player.
So for a 37-yard field goal, they got to get 15 yards here.
It's Sims there. Yep, Trent Sims. Out of timeouts if you're Ball State.
And what you need right now for Ball State is you need a chunk yardage play to the outside part of the field and get out of bounds.
And if you can't, do you have enough time to run up and spike it? That's the other thing, too. 12 seconds to go. I mean, maybe if you go over the middle quickly, that's a little dicey, right? Do you get up enough time?
But that's the thing, yeah. I mean, to get, again, some yardage here, that's a lot of time to have your offense get back up.
Got to be something to the edge.
Something to the edge here.
Kelly. There was a timeout taken by Bowling Green. That's their last timeout. All right, so they're going to talk it over. Each team is out of timeouts. 12 seconds left. Ball State from the 35 of Bowling Green here. Yeah, you got to think, like you said, something to the edge, something to the outside. Kelly's not throwing a ton of passes here tonight. Still does have that ability to run, though, right, Rocky? Like he's done tonight. If it breaks down,
he does. But if he runs, he's got to either get downfield, get to the end zone, or step out quick.
So there's Corville getting ready, the freshman from Dayton, Ohio. Longest of 37 of the season, has had one kick blocked. There's the numbers on Kelly tonight. The 66 through the air, but the 90 rushing yards and the 2 touchdowns. Here we go. Spread them out. 5 wide. For 12 seconds.
Here.
Kelly throws it over his intended target, Vaughn Pemberton, and there is now 9 seconds remaining on second down.
All right, so you got time for another play here. before you attempt the field goal. 9 seconds, that's plenty of time. But if you catch it, you got to get out of bounds or get to the end zone. It'd be hard to get up there and spike that thing.
It's asking a lot of your kicker, especially too in this weather too as well. It's right.
Yeah.
It's super cold out. It's tough.
Yeah, freshman kicker this weather.
Yep. Here we go. Kelly to the sideline and overthrown. Looking for Pemberton yet again. Off his hands, and the clock now reads 4 seconds. So now you've got to go for the field goal, and Corville comes out. This is going to be his first attempt here tonight. He is 8 for 10 on the season. As we said, a long of 37. This is going to end up being a 52-yard attempt for the freshman Jackson Corville from Dayton, Ohio, to tie the ball game. 4 seconds left. 52-yard field goal. It has distance. No good. Just missed it. Short. Looked good from the start, especially this long and these conditions, but just short to the right. And Bowling Green comes away with a 24-21 win.
Yeah, the kicker was lined up good. The ball just died about the 10-yard line and just didn't have the distance. Freshman kicker attempting a 52-yarder. That's a tall task. And Bowling Green is able to hang on. And it's just that's why Ball State needed about 10 yards, right? Because that's basically what it came down to.
You said it. It just kind of died. When he kicked that initially, I said, that's gonna have a chance. And then all of a sudden, it just came to a screeching halt. Yeah,
they tried those 2 shots down the left sideline.
They needed 5 more yards, 10 more yards, like you said. It's not on him, tough conditions and tall ask there.
Yeah, I still don't understand why Tanner Koziol, your 6'7" tight end, isn't devised something to get him open in that situation. But nonetheless, you got to give a lot of credit to Bowling Green. They hung on. Ball State was not going to go away quietly. They answered all 3 times tonight, but in the end, Bowling Green able to get it done.
Let's go down to Nicole Rigoni.
Well, Connor, you guys knew you had to get this done tonight. How'd you get it done?
Definitely was tough. Cold night, but we found a way. That's the main thing. Found a way to get it done. We ran the ball pretty well, threw it all right. So defense played well again, coming up huge at the end. So whatever it takes to get it done, get the win. I think this team's willing to do that. So,
what does this win mean to you and your team?
It's awesome. It's our 5th win, and we've been preaching just going 1-0 each week, not focusing on the next week or down the road. So we went 1-0 this week, and we'll try to do the same next week.
Congratulations, Connor.
Thank you.
All right, so Bowling Green with the win is going to improve to 5-4, trying to keep possible hopes for a MAC championship alive. And, of course, bowl aspirations as well. 3-2 in the conference. Game back in Miami.
And they're big Buffalo fans right now that need them to take care of business, but they got to keep winning.
All right, that'll do it here for us tonight. For Nicole Rigoni, Rocky Boyman, Mike Corey. So long from Bowling Green, Ohio. Falcons win at 24-21. Time now for Sports Center. Nicole Briscoe and Max McGee.
Hey, what happened to